Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Jurassic Park Hunter Legends. So, this week we've gotten a few requests to come in, so we are going to work on them. And they are basically just to see the trophy room, but we don't have any trophies yet, so we're going to just try for a few of these easy guys, see what the rifle's like, and go on a dawn hunt, and then second half of the video, or towards the end of the video, we'll go tour the trophy room and see what that's like. But I think everything's looking good, so let's hop in and get onto this brand new trophy hunt. Okay, so we're all loaded in here now. Oh, we're right by the boat again. So what do we want to start with? You know what? Maybe I'm going to start with the Ankylosaur, because they've always been kind of like an old reliable for us in the mod so far. And as I say that, we get no response whatsoever from a call. Okay, what else we got? Stego? No Stegosaur either. Parasaur? Nothing either. And we're fighting the wind. Oh, man. Like, as enjoyable as Carnivores is, there's so much stuff that you could always, like, nitpick and, like, take apart about it that can really dampen the experience. One of them being the wind never seems to really want to be in your favor. Like, if I wanted to hunt with the wind helping me, I basically have to run to the other end of the island and then start coming up from there. Oh, come on, we can get up this. There we go. Okay, so we're up here. I guess we'll try the calls again, see what we can bring in. What about the Ankylosaur now? And the Stego? Okay, we got a call back from the Stego in the direction that the wind is blowing. God damn it. I swear, why is it every hunting game that seems to always be like, that's exactly how it has to start. It can never be that it's blowing off into the direction of the water. But we'll just have to try going along, see if we can figure out where the Stegosaur is, and hopefully get a good shot in for the head. I don't know how accurate the rifle is. Nope. It sensed us before I could even get in render range. That's another thing. Okay, so it's calmed down enough now. Kind of want him just to stand still for... Oh, perfect, thank you. Okay, I swear that was lined up. Like, I gotta admit, I don't know how much I'm really liking the weapon roster because of, like, how inaccurate some of the weapons feel. Like, the pistol, the bow, the shotgun is understandable. It's a shotgun. You're not exactly trying for super accuracy with a shotgun, but it feels weird to have weapons that you don't expect, like, a grouping or a variation to their shots having it. Like, that's one of the things I was playing with Carnivores Genesis just a couple of days ago. If you guys are fans of Carnivores in general, you might have seen. I was going after the Carnivores, and I told you guys that I was going to go after just a couple of dilos after the episode ended on my own. And I did, and I used the C1 rifle, and that was so much better than, like, trying to go after them with anything else. Because the weapon actually... it felt accurate. You felt the sort of ranging to it. Your shots didn't have any real deviation to them. Where's the weapon? Whereas sometimes, like with this mod, as much as you'll use the pistol, there's no telling how far to left or right the shot will actually land. And I might even have to look at even, like, adjusting the animal sensitivity because of how sensitive the animals are. Like, I can't even get in render range, and I have the cover scent on. I'm mostly going to just chalk it up to perhaps just a bad day of sorts with, like, some of the luck there, and we'll see what we can kind of do. Just try calling for some other animals as well. Kind of surprised that we haven't had any other calls back from anything, though. Well, looks like today's Stegosaurus Day, because that's the next one we got. We'll head up this way, see if we can kind of spot him, and try the rifle with the mortal shot on him. Kind of hard to... That's my issue with the dawn setting. Like, the skybox is nice, the screen flare is not. Let's see, will this be the mortal? Now, how is that not the mortal zone? That's the problem I have, is that looked lined up perfectly to be it. And I have to even check and see, is there actually a blood trail at all or not? Like, the little bit of free hunt I did with the C1 rifle in Genesis, it was so satisfying because you knew the shots were actually landing exactly where you aimed. Like, that's also like when I was doing the episode and we got the Sin Raptor down. It's so satisfying when your shots truly go where you're aiming them to. But when you have this weird, like, deviation, you don't understand how it operates. Oh, wow, you really did not go far at all. It makes the game more frustrating than it should be to play. Okay, we'll catch up to you, because we got a few shots peppered in. But if I were to make a Carnivores mod, what I'd probably do is try to... all weapons aside from shotguns, assault rifles, SMGs, all have 100 accuracy, because you should not have to be fighting it in a way that you have no input to fight against it. Like, the wind is something you can fight against. If it's blowing one direction, you can, again, as I said, completely circle around and then come up the other way, so you have an active way of fighting it. You don't have that with the weapons deviation aside from getting close to the animals. And even right now, I am using everything I can to fight against the animals detecting us so we can get close, but it still is not really registering. Like, we'll get close again. I mean, I don't even know if I try for the mortal zone now with what we peppered into him, if it'll count or not. I'm kind of at the point where I'm just going to, like, unload in and try to drop him. Or her. Again, it's kind of confusing whether there's actually hims or hers in the Jurassic Park franchise or canon. Everything was supposed to be female, but that kind of went belly up on them. Oh, come on, how much health do you have? There. And we'll try getting close to the Anki once it calms down. And probably look at ending the, or at least ending the hunt there. We still have to go see the trophy room. But that's the thing that... I always have these nitpicks with Carnivores about how... like, the systems could use a little bit of work to them. Like, the animal sensitivity is always one I'm not sure whether I should adjust or not, because I don't know if I'll hear a lot of people saying, no, you're just making the game too easy now, that's not how it's supposed to be, or things like that. And also, again, weapons that feel like they should not really have a weapon spread to them. If your first weapon that you were given to use is a pistol, and you have a grouping that you can't really, like, fight that well against, maybe you should not have a weapon that has a grouping at all as your very beginner weapon. I've never understood, and I still don't understand why that's carried so far along, where your pistol is your first weapon, and sometimes the only weapon you have. Oh, do I try going after you, or that ankylosaur that was running up this way? Oh, actually, I guess I sort of had the opportunity to try for both. Okay, so we're not going to go for the eye shot. We're going to try for the underbelly if he presents it. Oh no. Well, we're going to head back. That's another thing, is sometimes Mortal Zones also feel so punishing to you too. But we're going to head back and go to the trophy room, because a lot of you guys want to see the trophy room. So we're going to head there now. Okay, so here we are in the trophy room, or the trophy gallery. Yeah, that's all we got, because everything we've been hunting using the tranquilizers to get the points up. So it is a nice little office of sorts, although I think, yeah, the desk seems a little too high up, all things considered. So T-Rex, Velociraptor, Parasaur, Trike, kind of our usual suspects. This is Isla Nublar. Trying to make out the other ones. I know that's Isla Sorna. Trying to remember what the other ones are. Like, I know the names, but I can't, like, identify by the shape of them. Little computer and phone. Oh, a couple different hunting knives, or a few knives. Some of the weapons, I think. Although it's interesting that there's, like, different handgun models. Okay. And let's see. There might actually, I think, be a remaster of the trophy area, too, because I thought there was something saying that, like, you could go upstairs and see parts of it. I know when we did the Jurassic Park Revolution, the final episode we did, it had a main area and then an upstairs area that we did show off. Again, the final episode just kind of look over the journey so far. I do have to admit, this is a nice little gallery, and I do like that there is, like, a center little office here to be able to come into to see, and just adds a little bit of flavor for it. I don't know if we can actually head out here or not, but I do like that it is, like, the Jurassic Park Genesis copter that you would use to go out. Oh, yeah, you can head on out here. Authorized personnel only. I'm not sure if we really need the... Well, it seems like almost like a mounted howitzer. So I don't think that's a machine gun with a barrel that large. Yeah, this is... Again, I do like the trophy areas. It's just, I usually hunt more to grind the points up to show you guys some new stuff rather than go specifically for the trophies of animals. It was nice to kind of show off in here. We did get to show the sandbox, or the skybox of Isla Tacano at dawn. So we're just going to probably head in here and head back to the main menu. And what would next week be? Well, we did get a few points, not a lot. The rifle is not as accurate as I want it to be, because again, comparing it to how I... Probably next week we'll be able to get a good comparison of how the rifle is, but I feel like the weapons are too inaccurate in this game, because it punishes you that you don't make the mortal zones, and because the weapons have such variation to them, it's really difficult to land those vital shots that you actually need. Like, the very first episode of the series, I showed you going after the Parasaur. I could try lining the pistol up, and as great as it looked each time, nothing. But I do the Yosemite Sam, I'll shoot wildly at it, I got it down with mortal zones. It's... I don't know what it is. But I do feel like the pistol, the bow, the crossbow, the rifle, sniper rifle, shot precision should be absolutely maxed out. Shot precision on the shotgun, I can understand not being, but everything else should have 100, because it feels so frustrating when you can look down the sights, there's exactly what you're aiming for. You know exactly that the head is the immortal zone. It's all lined up, and you take the shot, and it doesn't even hit it. That I encountered that a lot, actually, with both Jurassic Park Hunter Legends and Jurassic Park Revolution. Both the mods were ones that I felt that a lot more with. And it's one of the issues I have with a Mortal Zone system, is unless you can really focus in to get those Mortal Zone shots, you really feel punished for it. And in the cases where, okay, I have to practice my aim better, as much as you want to practice, you might not even, like, get it. You might wind up that these shots just do not group properly for you. And it's a case of almost like a dice roll of, okay, it's lined up, it's good. Let me roll, and I miss. Oh, that sucks. But that's how it can feel sometimes, so I might look at replacing the roster with some more of the DLC weapons and just see if that changes anything. Like, I'm not expecting them to be more powerful and, like, less shots to take down an animal, but maybe they'll feel more accurate to what the current things are in place, because I've always been fighting this when it comes to Carnivores with the Mortal Zones. Like, even in Carnivores Plus, I have that a little bit. Actually, hang on, does that have Mortal Zones to it? I think so, but I'm also not sure. Yeah, it does have Mortal Zones. That is something that you sometimes fight against, and it can be a really difficult thing to, like, go up against, too. So, I mean, the only solution I have to not make it so the Mortal Zones feel punishing is to make the weapons highly accurate, because you don't have a hold your breath way. You can crouch down and line it up, but because there's that deviation potential, it just can make it sometimes very frustrating to play. And this is actually another one where I tried a previous episode of, and I kid you not, I had a parasaur lined up in the pistol sights, and I was able to fire 4 or 5 rounds, we'll say 4 for the sake of not, like, super exaggeration. 4 rounds off. The pistol was always in the same spot, all the sights were right on the animal, and it didn't run off until after that 4th shot, and not a single one registered as hitting. And it wasn't, there was, like, dirt spray in front of me that something was blocking it. It was absolutely clear line of sight. I might even include that in as a little extra while I'm talking about this, so you guys can see that, but it's stuff like that where it makes you go, what? So yeah, it still irks me to this day with Mortal Zones, and it's why I actually prefer the Carnivores mods without Mortal Zones, because you don't feel like this is something you really are punished for when you don't have much you can do against it. It's an arbitrary system. You either get lucky with it and they land as they're supposed to, or the deviation says, haha, you miss. But anyway, we are going to end the episode here with a little bit more of a talk there. It's just, again, stuff I keep encountering as I go through some of the mods. If there are issues, I am going to talk about them honestly and fairly. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's not exactly what you should be looking for a series to do, is sugarcoat the bad and just highlight the good. You gotta give everything a proper neutral base, so that's mine. Shot precision, you're a pain in my ass. That's the simplest way to put it. So, thank you guys so much for joining me in this episode of Jurassic Park Hunter Legends. Next week, again, I think I'm going to look at maybe replacing some of the weapons with the DLC ones, see how they are, and just kind of see how we're sitting. We did get a few points, not a lot. This is definitely a slow burn, a very slow burn for a mod. But we'll go through, see how we do, and just kind of continue along with the series there. So, thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode. Hopefully, I will catch you in the next. And please remember, as always, survivors, to take care and stay alive.